So, sometimes you're listening to English and you hear a new word, but you don't know how to write it. Or you're reading English and maybe you even know the word, but you're not sure how to pronounce it. Well, today I'm going to speak to you about the ending OUGH, the ending in English which has the most possibilities of pronunciation. So, generally the opposite of soft, so anything that has a sort of resistance when you sort of glide against it, like this. So, like, sandpaper would be the roughest thing I could think of. It can also mean when a person can be rough, so they can be violent. So, plough. Rough. So a plough is the vehicle that a farmer uses to harvest his goods, normally with a cow in front of it. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. The plough. So if you don't know this word, this is a connecting word, and we can place it at the beginning, the middle, and at the end of the sentence. And it's like one thing in spite of another. So one example is a cake and the fact that it's tasty, but it's very fattening. So though the cake is fattening, it's very tasty. The cake is very tasty, though it's very fattening. The cake is very tasty, it's very fattening though. So that's how we use this word. Through though. So we're changing one letter, and that changes the pronunciation of the OUGH at the end. Instead of though, we have through. So through is just a really useful preposition if we don't know it. For example, passing through a tunnel from one end to another. Thorough. So we're adding another letter. We have though, through, and now thorough. So we've added an extra O. And again, the OUGH has a third pronunciation. Thorough is when you do something meticulously. You want to do it to the best standards possible. So you were very thorough when you were cleaning out your apartment, for example. For cuff, we just have trough. That's where pigs eat. For rough, we have enough, huff, tough, and so those were all of the sounds. And now here are all of the words ending in OUGH, repeating one of the sounds that we've already seen. And three which are arguably not OUGH endings, but in certain cases they have been written that way throughout history. We have hiccup. For me this has always been a UP ending and not an OUGH ending, but sometimes we can find it written like this. Hiccup is when you, it's like that annoying thing that just keeps coming back and back. The second one is hock, normally written with CK at the end. No idea what this one means. And the last one is a loch, like in Scotland in Loch Ness. But this, to my knowledge, has always been written LOCH and not LOUGH, but is apparently an option. Cough. I don't think I need to explain that one any further than that. Thought, cough. So another one letter change from though, and we have a completely different sound. So if we're not sure of the two meanings of this, this is a thought, so something you've believed, something you've thought, and that's the second use of it. It's the past participle. When we say in the present I think, in the past we're going to say I thought. So that's it. For though we have dough. Before you make bread you have dough. And for low. Thought we have bought, brought, ought, sought, and wrought with a W. when you so that the water comes out. When you ring. In thorough we just have thorough and borough. Borough is just like a place. I guess that's where Edinburgh comes from. For plough we have just two more, which are drought and bough. Bough is the bottom part of a tree, and drought is extreme thirst. So I hope that was useful for you, and listen back over the sounds so that way you can learn how to say them all correctly.